This was the beginning of our final piece, West, which we eventually go on to create a full performance out of, and we will eventually go on to perform to a proper audience.
When I saw, standing between the full moon and the blinking lamplight, this geezer.
With those first few sections, we tried to make them as defined as possible, and even though we kind of got it, we also need to make it more defined, like the jumping into line. It wasn't exact, we need to do it in one jump and make sure we're all in line perfectly. That little bit was us trying to create a difference in pace to make the next bit seem very sudden and kind of almost overwhelm the audience, make them be very shocked about what happens next. And it worked fairly well, but we just need to slow it down and make sure that we do fully get that difference in pace. The use of sound effects is quite good because it's a Berkoff style. We made sure to add as many of them in there as we could without taking away from the overall effect of the piece. In that first section we are meant to be doing a Cockney accent the entire time, but I struggled with it quite a lot and I couldn't quite seem to get the hang of it. Some words I tried to do, like I tried to skip off the H's and sometimes miss out some of the T's, make it sound and elongate some of the vowels, but it didn't always seem to work and I couldn't get the slight twang on my voice to get it properly. As you can see in the next section, the other three are doing a Cockney accent and they do it a lot better than me. And eventually I'm going to have to work on this quite a lot to be able to get it effective for the final performance. That little section definitely needs to be louder because I'm looking at Bruce and I'm not facing out towards the audience, you can't hear me very well. So I need to make sure that that's louder so the audience can hear me.
His face, his bottom frisbee boat looked like a planet that had been boiled in nuclear war, or struck by meteors, raised by hurricanes, crisscrossed by deep canals.
Throughout this entire section of my second paragraph, I didn't use my face very much, and because Bruce is in front of me and he is, it shows a lot more that I'm not. I think this is partially because we've done naturalistic style, we've only just finished it, and I'm still in that kind of mindset and not going overboard with my face. But I also need to get used to that and build my confidence up and be able to do it properly, because otherwise it looks a bit bad having the other three doing proper facial expressions how Berkoff would have wanted it, and me just doing more naturalistic faces and sometimes not even paying attention to it at all.
Those scars were mute, but telling witness of battles fought with weapons. Grim with deadly promise and fought to bitter ends before the shout of...
That little bit I'm trying to raise my voice more because there are sound effects going on the top of me, and it is meant to be building up to this one section in which Bruce starts shouting. But I'm not very good with shouting, as I've said before, and I need to get used to it and get used to building my voice up and creating this tension to build it all up to when Bruce shouts over the top of us to stop everything that we're doing. So I need to definitely work on raising my voice because I thought it was, in the moment I thought it was quite good and I thought it was clear enough. But watching it over, I can see very obviously that it's not as raised as it should have been.
So hold, enough! Aww. No shout of orders, that thing. Not when you're in those lines. It's Halo that decreases to reach space.
Knocking that hand down wasn't as good as I thought it was because Bruce knocks it down so forcefully and it is almost defined because he whips it. Because he flicks it away and then immediately goes back down. Whereas I just gently kind of pushed it away and I didn't really pay much attention to it. To me, with the storyline, it kind of worked, but also watching it back, you don't really see what I was trying to go for, so it wasn't as effective as I thought it might be.
So if there's a apprentice, you can sniff your bloody stalls. And have it of a thrust and chopped down a bullet by the light.
That little chop bit wasn't effective at all because I continually came in late for it and it isn't very defined because it was really hard to be able to do it properly but also miss Bruce at the same time. And getting in the right time is all quite a lot to think about, especially when we're doing so many actions beforehand. So I think in the future we'll have to take that out just because it is that hard to put them all together, make it effective, and also not have it take away from any of the story that's being told.
This man's dead and sheet cut to death. No waiting time allowed. They fought until the gasp when I until the streets were strewn in blood and bits of human flesh. Took lad and many arts of sewer rats that night, or so I heard. He must have been a right ugly bastard. The face doth resemble the arsehole of an elephant.
That little bit when we're talking together, you can definitely tell that I'm not doing a Cockney accent, and even though I'm trying with some words like arsehole instead of asshole, it's not completely clear enough, and I need that twang to my voice like Bella has in that line.